So guys, over the weekend, it happened. I was able to put up the additional shelves, so now I can display so many more amazing comic books. And I added another shelf up here, which I have not gone into the basement and picked out all the toys that I have in storage that I have yet to display to put up here. I have more World of Warcraft, more Funko, more other things that can go up there. But I think, overall, these shelves turned out so nice. And it really completes the whole area. And I was able to save the logo. Look, it's down there now. I don't know if you'll be able to see it while I record. You definitely won't be able to see it when I'm on live stream, but that's okay because you will be able to see all these other amazing comics. Now, I have all CGC up here and the ones down here and then some Raws down here. But you'll see I have a couple in comic capsules and then the other one just in like plain bag and board. But I did order 15 comic capsules. If you guys have not checked them out yet, I definitely would. I did a review on these a while back. I didn't love them, but the more I use them, I definitely liked them a lot more, and they are going to be fantastic for displaying my Raw books. And they actually have different color caps now, which are the things that, you know, close them at the top right there. Those are the clear ones. They have black, red, and blue. I definitely ordered all 15 black because they will go great with the black, what are they called, brackets for the shelves. I think they'll fit right in. It's going to be so fantastic. But I would love to hear what you guys think about the new setup. I'll be able to display so many more fantastic books. Stephanie did say I should just be displaying all SLAD books, but I want to show you guys all the stuff I get in week after week. High ratio books, regular ratio books, cover lever picks just deserve to be up on the wall. But if you guys want to have a little more information about how I built these shelves, and how much it costs, guys, let me know. I can do maybe like a quick short, like 5-minute video and show you guys how I did it, because I did these all by myself. So yeah, that is it for the shelf and set update. Let's go ahead and dive in to today's video. What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Wednesday pull list, which is your hype video for New Comic Book Day. And this week's New Comic Book Day is November 27th of 2024. This is the last New Comic Book Day before we enter the month of December, which is like the big holiday month. You got Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and then the end of the year, what's it called? New Year's Eve and the start of the new year. It's right around the corner, guys. Can you believe it's almost already 2025? And there's already some previews out there for some covers and books that are coming in 2025 that I'm already so excited about. I cannot wait to talk about those in 2025 and most likely later in December when we're doing our FOC videos. And that is a great segue. There will be no FOC video this week because obviously Thanksgiving is Thursday and that's normally when I shoot and record my FOC video, and I will be cooking dinner or lunch, brinner, or what, dunch? For the full family, because Stephanie and I invite our family over, and my sister's coming down with her husband and her 2 kids. Her mom and dad are coming down, and I believe we have some other visitors coming. So we're gonna have a nice big Thanksgiving brunch. No, dunch. That's what it is. Dunch, dinner, lunch. It's gonna be fantastic. So there will be no FOC video, but there are plenty of books to cover in today's video. 29 cover lever picks. 3 new number ones. I did not read a lot of the books this week. Actually, I missed 7 or 8 of them. So I'm not going to do a top 3 video. Also, I don't have a ton of time to edit this video because I am recording this video on Monday, the 25th, and I need to edit it later today, but I have a lot of errands to run today, and then tomorrow I'm going into the city because my son has a doctor's appointment, so I don't have a lot of time tomorrow. So I'm going to like split it up over these 2 days. So I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet with 29 cover lever picks, which is so many, but there's so many good covers this week, guys. You need to know about them. So let's not waste any more time because I know we did a intro showing off this, which is I'm sure kind of long, and then I just rambled a little bit. So let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead and check out my pull list. All right. right, guys, as you guys can see, this week is a little bit of a doozy. That's part of the reason why I didn't read all the books that are on my pull list this week, or I should say the previous issues to the books that are on my list this week. But you guys can't see what those books are, so let me go ahead and throw them up on screen right now. Guys, there are a total of 24 books on my pull list. There are 3 new number ones, and if we break down this list a little bit more, there are 8 DC books, 5 Marvel books, and 11 indie titles. Now, I did not read 7 of the previous issues to the books you guys see on screen right now. They're marked in red, but I'm not doing a top 3 list this week, so it does not really matter, but I will call these books out again at the end of today's video when I'm going over all the books that are on my pull list in the not top 3, but the books you're gonna see. From the books that I did read, none of the books are bad, so there is no books on the chopping block this week, and we can go right ahead and dive right in to my cover lever picks. Now, like I mentioned a second ago, there are 29 cover lever picks. These are the covers that I thought were really stinking cool and I would pick up based on just the cover art alone. But there are so many other covers that I did not choose that you guys might absolutely love. So I highly suggest going to League of Comic Geeks. It's a website linked down in the description below, and it's a great site for showing off all the amazing covers that are coming out every single week. It's like the best place that I have found that collates everything coming out every single week. There are other places that are pretty good. Coverprice.com is another good one, but let's go ahead and dive into these amazing covers. So first up, we got Detective Comics issue number 1091. This is the cover B variant done by Bruno Redondo. It's Redondo on Batman, and it's freaking awesome. I love his line work, and I love the way he uses the little circles. It was used a long time ago. I forgot what it's called. It actually has a name for it. I'm blanking. If I find it online, I'll put it up here. But you can just see it. It's like a texture that he adds. It's just so perfect, and just, I don't know, everything about Bruno Redondo's artwork is so freaking good, and this is a great cover. Now, next up is Nightwing issue number 120. This is the cover E. It's a 1:25 ratio variant done by Gleb Melnikov, not the Glink. I add a G in there all the time. Gleb Melnikov. Oh my god, I'm butchering it again. But guys, this cover is so good. I like the fact that the background is just blue. It's really cool, blue and white, and he's just flying through the air and doing like a little figure 8 with his like little baton thingies. So good. It's just a great Nightwing cover. Next up is The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 62 with the 1:25 ratio variant done by Francisco Mobili. I don't love this costume that he's been wearing, but Francisco Mobili, man, he's so good. And this cover is just, it is awesome. If my comic shop has this for $8, which they might, I'm gonna pick it up based on just this cover art because it's so good. Now, next up is The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 62, the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man variant done by Scotty Young. Just another great cover of Spider-Man being killed. It's so cool. It's Scotty Young, man. It's so great. Next up, Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 2 with the cover D. This is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Matteo Scalera. Yeah, it's pretty stinking good. Now, this probably will be around $10 on mycomicshop.com, so if you guys like this, head over there on New Comic Day and snag yourself a copy for a decent price. Now, next up is Superman issue number 20. This is the cover B variant done by Dan Panosian. Another Panosian, so good. Or Panosian? Is that right? I don't know. I'm so terrible at pronouncing names, but this cover featuring Superwoman, Lois Lane, is so great. So great. Next up, Uncanny X-Men issue number 6 with the Rogue variant in the 1:100 Virgin ratio variant done by Adam Hughes. I don't love this, but it is a Hughes and it's pretty stinking good. It's good. It's not great. It's good. And there's more Hughes on the list in a little bit. Next up, Justice League Unlimited issue number 1 with the cover M, which is the colored version of this cover. And there is a cover I, which is a 1:250 ratio variant done by Jim Lee. You got Hush, you got Batman. Do you need more? It's so good. Next up, Void Rivals issue number 14 with the cover E is a 1:50 ratio variant done by Silvana Repos. Did I pronounce it right? I don't know, but this cover featuring Hot Rod is freaking awesome. Hot Rod is such a great character. Next up, The Flash, issue number 15 with the cover A, done by Mike freaking Del Mundo. So good. Just look at the details. Really look at it. It's so freaking cool. check out his Instagram. I highly suggest checking out this guy's Instagram and following him. He has a book on Kickstarter, which I'll put down in the description below as well. You guys should check that out. It's freaking awesome. I haven't backed it just yet because I'm being a penny pincher because it's getting close to Christmas. And also, my ratio books this week are going to cost me so much money. But he's a fantastic artist, and you guys should check out that Kickstarter and just check out his Instagram. It's amazing. Every single day he drops something great. Next up, The Flash, issue number 15, the cover C variant done by D.K. Ruan. So great. Every cover he's done for The Flash so far is so good. I get issue number, what is it? Number 14 up there, up on the wall in a little comic capsule. I can't wait to get more of those comic capsules. And guess what? The next cover is Iron Man, issue number 2 with the 1-in-25 ratio variant done by D.K. Ruan. Man, this Iron Man armor is so freaking cool. Like steampunk-esque, and he's got that sword. The sword is so freaking dope. Next up, The Incredible Hulk, issue number 19 with the Stormbreakers variant done by Martin Coccolo. Now, I believe this is the Maestro character, and he's got the white hair, and I believe that is the character that is on this cover. I could be wrong. Correct me down in the comments, guys, if I am wrong, but this is a gorgeous Hulk cover. Next up, Spawn, issue number 359 with the cover B variant done by Z Carlos. The cover A is okay. It's done by Bjorn Barends, but this cover B by Z Carlos is just so cool. He's got the like katana, he's got the chain and with the hook on it, and it's just dead like hellspawn everywhere. So cool. Next up, Mystique, issue number 2 with the variant cover in the 1-in-50 Virgin ratio variant done by Franny. This is gorgeous. It is so good. Definitely gonna pick up the trade dress because I don't think I put that on my previous order, and I'm gonna see what they're gonna charge for the 1-in-50 Virgin. I don't need the Virgin, but I definitely need the trade dress. This is just such a gorgeous cover. Next up, this is the other Adam Hughes variant. This is the West Coast Avengers issue number 1 foil variant, which is pretty cool. Foil, make those colors really pop. Done by Adam Hughes. Pretty freaking good. Next up, West Coast Avengers issue number 1 with the variant in the 1-in-100 Virgin ratio variant done by Archer. It's decent. Definitely the Virgin is better, but I would not pay the whatever the 1-in-100 price is. I don't think it's worth that. So if you know you do like this cover, you can get it for cheap and just get the trade dress. Next up, Power Girl issue number 15 with the cover B variant done by Jeff DeCall. So good. I don't know, it's just so good. Next up, Universal Monsters Frankenstein issue number 4. There are 3 covers out like this. This is 3, not this, 3. This is the cover B, which is the colored version, and then there is the cover D, which is a 1-in-25 black and white ratio variant done by Jenny Frizen. Good. Black and white, I don't love so much. The colored would be the way to go for me. But the next cover is a freaking amazing variant for this. Universal Monsters Frankenstein issue number 4 with the cover F, which is a 1-in-75 ratio variant done by Maria Wolf. Awesome. This is probably my favorite Maria Wolf ever. So good. This is a fantastic cover. Next up, Black Canary Best of the Best issue number 1 with the cover C variant. This is a wraparound variant, and it's done by Otto Schmidt. So cool. If you can spend some time and just check out this artwork, like go online, find this cover, blow it up, and you can check out all the different variations of Black Canary. I just noticed that there's a shark version. I never knew that there was a shark version of Black Canary, but out there in the multiverse there is, and it's on this cover. There's so many cool variations on this cover. Next up, probably my favorite cover of the week. I'm going to spend whatever it costs to get this cover. This is Black Canary Best of the Best issue number 1 with the cover E variant. This is the 1-in-50 ratio variant done by Dan Hipp. If you guys didn't notice, Dan Hipp, man, I am a huge fan of him. Hopefully when I crop that, you can still see my finger, but I have 4 slab Dan Hipps, and I have so many more in a box over there that I can start displaying for you guys. But this cover is just, it's so fantastic. It's everything that Dan Hipp is. It's Black Canary. It's just so good. Next up, Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns issue number 1 with the cover B variant done by Dan Mora. Look how freaking cool Santa Claus looks. Santa Claus is not supposed to look that cool, but he looks so cool. And I just watched Rise of the Guardians, the movie, with my youngest son on Saturday, I think. How good is that movie, and how badass is Santa Claus? He's got the tattoos where you can go like this when it says naughty and nice. That's so cool. They made Santa Claus so stinking cool, and the Easter Bunny was amazing. Jack Frost, Tooth Fairy, and how awesome was Sandman. Such a great movie. Next up, Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns, issue number 1 with another Dan Hipp cover. This is the cover C. It is the DC Holiday Surprise Rub and Smell Polybag Virgin variant done by Dan Hipp. Now the Dan Hipp, and it's so good because the details, look at the details. He's wearing Superman slippers. You got Batman up in the corner. You got all kinds of cool ornaments on the tree. So cool. Next up, we got a bunch of second prints and third prints. First up is Absolute Batman issue number 1 with the third print foil virgin variant. Not a ratio, just a variant done by Nick Dragotta. So good. And it's a foil. I already have the second print with the trade. Now I need the third print with the shiny, shiny foil. It's gonna be so good. Next up, Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 1 with the second print foil virgin. I don't know why I keep slurring my words today. Foil virgin variant done by Jeff DeCall. Another just gorgeous cover. Next up, Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 1 with the second print variant done by Jeff Spokes. They just keep coming. Guys, there's 2 more. I think. Yeah, just 2 more. Next up is Storm, issue number 1 with the second print variant done by Jerome Opena, which again is so, so good. And last but not least is a indie book. It's something I never heard of before. It's a new number 1. I'm not picking this up, but I found it at the end of League of Comic Geeks. They were scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through all these new covers. And this is The Stitches, issue number 1. And this cover is the cover F. It's a hollow foil flip variant done by Naomi Griffin. Picture this in a hollow foil. That would be really stinking cool. You got the skull with the fire and he's got the mask on. What part is going to be hollow foil? I don't know. This is just, I can see this being an amazing cover, like in person. It'd be absolutely gorgeous. But guys, those are all my cover lover picks for this week. I would love to hear what cover or what book you're super excited about down in the comments below. Definitely for me, Black Canary, what a 50. I have to have that. The Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns issue number 1, cover C, I have to have. And I'm sure there's other ones. Oh yeah, the Franny, Mystique is so, so good. And yeah, I think that's everything that I just have to have. But I want all of them. Can I have all of them, please? But let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which are the new number 1s that you guys have to consider picking up because the stories sound really freaking good. Before we dive into those new number 1s, and there's 3 of them, I would like to ask you guys a huge favor. Could you guys do me a favor before we move any further? Can you guys smash that like button? It helps out this video series and this channel so, so much if you guys can get more likes on these videos. It only takes a second. If you guys could do that, just look down, click, and then we can move on. All right, you guys already clicked it. I can tell. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, and let's go ahead and check out those new number 1s. All right, guys, we got 3 new number 1 books to cover in this section, and I'm excited for each and every single one of them. So let's go ahead and cover this first one, and that is Justice League Unlimited issue number 1. Now, this is coming from the writer of Mark Waid and has art by Dan Mora. Now, what I just said should get you really excited, because this is coming from the creator or the writer that, like, you know, did Absolute Power, and he's writing Batman, Superman, World's Finest, and he's writing so many of the amazing books that I am personally enjoying at DC Comics. His writing just has me really excited about all the books that he's putting out, and the fact that Dan Mora is going to be on this book, guys, come on. We have to check it out because his artwork is so good. It's going to be on every single page. We get to turn it and see him drawing all of our favorite superhero characters because they're all going to be in the Justice League, because that's unlimited. They're going to have everyone in the DC universe that's a hero able to be part of the Justice League, which is so cool. But let's go ahead and read the synopsis for this book. The Watchtower rises. The Justice League is back and bigger than ever. In the wake of Absolute Power, the DC All-In Special, Darkseid's death has triggered a massive power vacuum in the DCU, and Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman must unite like never before and expand the Justice League to encompass every hero championing the forces of good in the face of incredible evil. As our heroes work to uncover the mystery of the Dark Lord's successor, Ray Palmer's Atom Project triggers a race between hero and villain to control the fate of metahuman abilities on planet Earth, which threatens to destroy destroy everything the League has built. Worlds will live, worlds will die, and a surprise is waiting in store on the last page. Do not miss the dawn of the new era of justice. It all begins here. I'm in. Are you guys in? Are you guys excited for this book? Because I think this is going to be really, really cool. Now, next up is a book that I'm even more excited about, and you're probably going to be like, why? Why would you be more excited about this book? Because the writer is Tom King, guys, and everything that I've been reading from him right now has just been so good. All right, so this book is Black Canary, Best of the Best, issue number 1. This is coming from the writer of Tom King, and it's going to have art by Ryan Sook. If you're not following him on Instagram, go follow him on Instagram. You can see little sneak peeks into the interiors on this book, and they look so good. Whenever a new book or a new artist or new writer comes out, I like to go on Instagram and like dig around and see what they've been up to. And it's just, you can sometimes find out about some really cool people and really cool, you can see like little snippets of things in the future. And you guys know this channel is all about looking into the future and what is going to be in our hands soon. But this book sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun. Let's go ahead and read the synopsis. The match of the millennia. It's Black Canary, First Lady Shiva, to determine who is the best single hand-to-hand fighter in the universe. Who will walk away with the title? Find out as writer Tom King and artist Ryan Sook go 6 rounds to see if our hero has what it takes to be the best of the best. Now, why I'm excited for this book? Because if you've read what Tom King has been doing lately in the DC universe, you would know to be excited. And I follow him on Instagram, and he has just been like posting his excitement for this book. So it seems like he actually had a story in mind that is not really like, you know, I don't want to say it's not in continuity, but it's just a story about Black Canary, and I think it's going to be about her values and everything else, because that's what Tom King does. He writes a book, but then he has like an underlining meaning that he like tells throughout the whole entire story. That's not so much just about that character, but he uses that character to help tell or show that meaning or tell that story, and I love that about him. Helena Winhorn was like that. I think Jenny Sparks is like that as well, and it's just so cool. He's such a great writer in my opinion, and I am really excited for this book. And the cover A is done by Ryan Sook, and just look how good that is. And I've already shown off 2 of the other covers. There's just so much going for this book. Now, I know there's a lot of Tom King haters out there, but I would highly suggest, if you guys have followed my suggestions and enjoyed my suggestions in the past, check this book out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, last but not least, guys, we've talked about this book before when it was on FOC. It is Hornsby and Halo, issue number 1. Now, this is coming from the writer of Peter J. Tomasi and has art by Peter Stringberg. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I believe it's German, but I cannot pronounce that. But it's coming from Peter. He's the artist on this book. But guys, the reason that I'm really excited for this book is that it is part of the Ghost Machine imprint, and this is going to be under the Family Odysseys section of that. And I just think Peter J. Tomasi is such a fantastic writer, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this book. But let's go ahead and read the synopsis. It's good versus evil. From the minds of Peter J. Tomasi and Peter, a name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Keeping the cosmic peace isn't easy, but the opposing leaders of heaven and hell broker a deal that trades Zachary Halo, an angel child, to a demon family, and Rose Hornsby, a demon child, to an angel family, and hope that this truce will halt the winds of war. It's nature versus nurture, as the turbulence of adolescence comes crashing down on 2 teenagers who have no idea just who or what they truly are yet. That's going to be a lot of fun. And there are some really, really cool variant covers for this. I believe the 150 is the one I like the most, but let me go ahead and go to Leah Comic Geek so I can talk about these correctly. So first up, we got the cover B. It's done by Ivan Reis. There is a cover F, which is the blank variant. There is a 1 in 25, which is the cover C, done by Dave Johnson, which is okay. And the 1 in 50 is the cover D, done by Brad Walker. That is the one that I like the most. That one is so cool. Now, am I going to pay the 1 in 50 price? Probably not, but I am going to pick up the cover A, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But guys, those are the 3 new number 1s that I'm really excited about. I would love to hear what new number 1s you're really excited about. Guys, let me know down in the comments below. But let's go ahead and check out the rest of the books that are on my pull list this week, and the not top 3, but the books you got to see. All right, if you guys have seen this video series before, you know how I break this down into 3 different categories. First up is the okay. These are the books that, I read and they were okay, but I cannot suggest you guys pick them up because they were only okay. And then there's the good. These are solid comic book reads, and I would suggest you guys check them out for yourself because, they were good reads. And then there's the great. These are the books that could have made the top 3 list, but they just didn't have that little extra. But these are the best of the best, in my opinion, because there is no top 3. So all these books you guys should consider picking up because they are great freaking reads. Now we're gonna kick this off not with the okay, but with the did not read. So let's go ahead and cover those books real quick. First up is The Incredible Hulk, issue number 19. After that, Red Before Black, issue number 3. After that is Spawn, issue number 359. After that is Spirits of Vengeance, issue number 3. And then Uncanny X-Men. This book was on the top 3 list last time it came out, and I just did not have a chance to read it this week. This is issue number 6, comes out this week. After that is Universal Monsters, issue number 4. And the last book that I did not read is Batman The Last Halloween, issue number 3. Now, just a reminder, I'm talking about the previous issue. These are the issues that are coming out this week. I did not read the previous issues. Now, the good. Now, the previous issues leading into the ones I'm about to talk about were good, solid reads. Now, first up is Blade, issue number 2. I am pretty excited about this book because issue number 1 was good. I was expecting it to be bad. I honestly was. But this Red Band, or Blade Red Band, was actually a pretty enjoyable read. It sets him up in this world where he knows that he is pretty much he messed up and he has to redeem himself. And it's pretty freaking cool. After that, Detective Comics issue number 1091. There is a cool twist in this book. It's written by Tom Taylor, a great writer, and it has art by Mikel Janin, fantastic artist. And basically, Batman gets presented with a a serum that could basically make him feel younger again. Heal a lot of the injuries that he's had. But he's promised himself he would never do that. He would just straight and narrow, just go through. But will he do it? I don't know. He's got to find out where this is coming from. Where is this serum coming from? It can't be Lazarus, because he's not going to do that. But it's a pretty cool twist. I like that. Or not twist. A pretty cool thing to present to Batman to have him make a hard choice. After that, Green Arrow issue number 18. I read issue number 17. It was the final Joshua Williamson issue. And then it had a little backup story from the current creative team. And yeah, it was a pretty good final issue for Joshua Williamson, and it sets Green Arrow up well for this next tale. And the new story that was at the end was pretty good. So I'm excited for Green Arrow issue number 18. Iron Man issue number 2. Issue number 1 was just good. There was a lot of normal superhero tropes happening. There was a lot of things you can kind of foreshadow before you even got there. And just, I want more from this book. I really do, because the covers are so freaking good. But the guts need to be better. After that, Napalm Lullaby, issue number 7. Rick Remender, Bengal, really fun story. It's just not the best. Grommets is so freaking good. This is just a fun, out there tale. A little confusing. I think that's probably why it's on the good list, but it's also it comes out monthly. I read so many books. This will probably read a lot better in trade. After that, and the final book on the good list is Nightwing, issue number 120. Decent start to the new creative team. They kind of presented you with the villain in the first issue. I like books when things take a little time, a little mystery, have them figure out what is going on, and then you see them in the future. It's just oh, here's your new villain, go. Oh, that's not, there's no intrigue building. Come on, DC. Come on, Dexter Soy, and I forgot who the writer on this book was, but be better. All right, The Great. Oh, these books are all so good. First up, Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 2. Issue number 1 was so good. Now, a lot of people are saying that it is the worst of the Absolute books. I haven't read Absolute Superman yet. It's in my to-read pile. But Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 1 was so good in my opinion. I thought it was a really good setup to a new version of Wonder Woman. And she has every opportunity to be an evil Wonder Woman. But she grows up in hell. And she has a mother, Cersei, who raises her. And she still is good. It's such a good story. I really, really enjoyed that first issue, and I cannot wait to see where this is going to go. And also, she's a little bit of a witch. How cool is that? Wonder Woman with a little spell wielding? Let's freaking go. Next up, Grommets, issue number 6. Issue number 5 was, what a book. This book, the series, I should say, this series. It is setting up one of the best stories of 2024. It is so fantastic. I really like Pine and Merrimack. That's probably my favorite story so far, but I think Grommets might surpass it. It is just so fantastic. This story of these two kids becoming like really good friends and then having to deal with something absolutely heart-wrenching. And then, you know, they are skater kids in an era where that was looked down upon. And then they're at this big party and something terrible happens. And I cannot wait to see what issue number 6 is going to bring us, because issue number 7 is the final issue, which is like, we need more grommets. We can't end here. But yeah, issue number 6 is just gonna be a banger of an issue. After that is High Street issue number 2. High Street issue number 1 totally surprised me. I did not think I was going to enjoy this. It's written by Jeff Johns, art by Ivan Reis. So fantastic. It's a horror book. And the whole story revolves around this street that you can accidentally walk up in. And if you do, there's all these people that have been trapped there, and they're bad people, and if you walk onto the street, they're going to try to influence you to basically kill yourself, or they kill you in a way. And it's so cool. And there's like a scoreboard at the end, and it's run by the scorekeeper, and I'm pretty sure he's probably going to be the devil, but it's such a cool idea. Such a cool idea. You guys need to read it. Jeff Johns is such a good writer. And yeah, it totally surprised me how hooked, or it got its hooked, how easily or quickly it's got its hooks in me, and I want more. It is so, so good. Superman issue number 20 was a really fun read. You got Superman, and now you got Lois Lane with Superwoman powers, or Superman's powers. And it was just really fun to see them, or her, I should say her, deal with the fact that she's now a superhero, because she's the head of the Daily Planet, and she's trying to do, like, you know, lead the paper. But then all of a sudden there's a crisis happens, and she has to like ditch, and she's doing what Superman had to do for so long, and she's finding it a little difficult. And it was a really cool idea by Joshua Williamson. I thought it was really cool. And then we are getting, what is the rock guy that killed Superman? I am totally blanking off the top of my head, but he's coming back, and it's going to be an awesome battle. And is she or he going to kill Superwoman? Is that going to be the twist that's going to come up? Instead of killing Superman, he's going to kill Lois Lane? That could be a cool twist. I'm just making it up on the spot, but that could be cool. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 4. We're getting issue number 4 is the one about Donatello. Because each issue so far has been about one of the turtles. Issue number 1 was Raphael. Issue number 2 was Michelangelo. Issue number 3 was Leonardo, which was a really good issue, especially end of the issue where we got some banter between 3 of the turtles. So good. And the last one is going to be those 3 going after Donnie. And I'm sure we'll only see the 3 turtles at the very end, or should I say the 4, because most of the issue will just be about Donnie. But Jason Aaron is telling one hell of a story. It is so good. Next up, Thundercats Chitara issue number 5. So good. This is so much better than Thundercats. Sorry, Declan Shelby. This book is fan-frickin-tastic. This is what Thundercats should be. But if you guys did not know, this is taking place on Thundera before Thundera blows up. It's a 6-issue miniseries. It's gorgeous to look at. The artwork is absolutely fantastic. And it's just from the perspective of Chitara. And it's just done, it's introducing you to all the characters of Thundera that we should know, going into Thundercats, setting up the politics, setting up the heroes that we know and love, and their relationships together. It's just so cool. Seeing a young Panthro was great. Just seeing all these characters just a little bit younger is so fantastic. I love it. The way they're telling the story is awesome. We have 2 more books. Next up, we got The Tin Can Society, issue number 3. If you guys are not reading this book, read this book. It is so fantastic. It is a superhero book, but it's a murder mystery book at the same time. We get introduced into issue number 1 to this character who becomes a superhero, but then is gruesomely murdered. And then his friends investigate that murder, and you get to see them as kids, as best friends, and then they separate, and when they get older, and then they're revealing their relationships as they grew up through the issues. And it is so well told. And the art is by Francisco Mobili. So just, you know, the interiors, every single page is these gorgeous pages you look at. It's like, God damn. But the story is really, really engaging. I cannot wait to read issue number 3. I believe this is a 9-issue miniseries. Last book, Void Rivals, issue number 14. We're getting hot raw, baby. It's gonna be so good. But issue number 13 introduced us to, not introduced, finally, some of the Energon Universe characters are interacting with our Void Rival characters. Whether they're actually being hunted down by some Cobra Kai or Cobra Law, not Cobra Kai. That's the karate show on Netflix, Cobra Law, which is really cool. And then obviously Transformers have already been interacting with them a little bit, and we're getting Hot Rod now, which is gonna be freaking awesome. But this is written by Robert Kirkman, and you know his books are just so fantastically written, and the story is beautifully told. He's just such a fantastic writer, and this series is a banger. And that is the last book, guys. I'm sure this video is way longer than I meant it to be, but guys, that is everything for today's video, the Wednesday pull list. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, I would love to hear what you guys think about the new set. I think it's absolutely stinking awesome. We got so much. We got the logo still down in the corner, and you guys can see so much more of my collection. It's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to get those comics capsules in, and then I can just like switch out covers as many times as I want and know that they're protected, because that's the one thing I am a little worried about, is that there is no protection of them like being falling off the wall. There is a little lip that I built onto the shelf so they can't like easily fall, but if like, you know, someone opens the door really quick, I could suction the comic books off. So I'm a little worried about that, but those comic capsules will protect all those raw books so well. So let me guys know what you think about the shelves and how it's set up down in the comments below. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys are leaving a comment down below and smashing that like button. Now, if you watch from the beginning of the video all the way to this point right here in the video, I just got to let you guys know you guys are legends. The true supporters of Bruce and Stephanie Comics. Now, last but not least, guys, reminder, tomorrow, which is Tuesday, November 26th, I'll be doing a live claim sale on this channel. Alex from Dynamic Forces will be running the show. It's just going to be hosted on my channel. He'll be selling books to you guys. You guys can claim them at great prices. There's going to be a lot of amazing things being sold, so make sure you guys are tuning into that. Reminder, there is no final order cutoff video this week and no comics and beer, but both will be back the following week, the first week of December. We'll have a full plate of videos and content for you guys that week. So have a great weekend. Have a great new comic book day. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.